Hi, friends. It's Mr. Rogers here, and I'm here to talk about the water properties quiz and to go over some of the questions really fast here. Um, excuse all the alerts here I'm getting on the side of my screen. First question was Bob and Frank were walking to the store. Bob was sweating profusely, was complaining about this the whole time about the walk. His body was overheating, so Bob continued to sweat more to maintain homeostasis. Which property of water is Bob using to stay cool? How does that help you cool or keep you cool? So he is using, you could have done either two properties. You could have said high specific heat. So this idea that water takes a long time to warm up, but the one that really is the best answer is the high heat of vaporization. So water, again, takes a long time to heat up. As it's heating up, it's pulling heat off your body as you sweat, and then it evaporates off and it takes the heat with it, which is cooling you down. And so that is the water property there. Obviously, I would take high specific heat because I really truly believe high heat of vaporization is kind of part of high specific heat, so it's kind of connected together. Question 2, Bob and Frank finally get to the store down by the beach and walk in. Incredibly hot and parched, they decide to buy a fountain pop. They put ice into the cup and then their soda. Frank notices that the ice sinks all the way to the bottom. Frank is concerned. Using water properties, why should Frank be concerned? Well, he should be concerned because ice is supposed to float. It is less dense than the actual liquid form, so it should float. The fact that it's sinking either means that that fluid is not water or that ice is not made out of water. Explain why the water property above is important for lakes and oceans. Because without it, there's two reasons. We talked about one, it would crush all living things that would come underneath of it. So as the ice sank, it would crush everything. Or two, ice is used now for insulation of the water during the winter, so it stays warmer and doesn't lose its temperature as fast. And so life can live down at the bottom of lakes and oceans while it's frozen over. Bob and Frank keep walking towards the beach. As they get closer, they notice it's getting cooler, and then the breeze is picking up as they approach the water. You explain using water properties why the air is getting cooler as you approach the beach. This is high Pacific heat again. It takes a long time for the water to warm up, and therefore it could be just a different temperature than the air, so it's cooler than the air. And so as you get closer to the water, it should be cooler. Bob and Frank leave the store and head to the beach. They set up their own personal spot, head to the water, and it's freezing. Who would have thought? It's June, blah, blah, blah. Northern Michigan, it's 85 degrees, but water is only 60 degrees. Explain why using water properties, why the water is so much cooler. Again, this is the high Pacific heat kind of idea. Again, this idea that the water will be cooler because it takes a longer time to warm up. And so it's cooler in June than the air. And it might be reversed in September where it's actually cooler in the air than it is in the water. But for now, that's why. Question 5. Bob and Frank leave the beach and head over to a local parking lot. They notice this amazing looking car. Their owner was putting wax in the car. They look at it for a while and they don't notice that clouds are starting to come in and it begins to rain. Both Bob and Frank notice that the water doesn't stick to the hood of the nice car, but it sticks to other cars around it. Explain why using water properties why the water sticks to some cars and not others. Well, when you put wax in a car, you stop it from being the adhesion between the water and the car itself. And so the water just slides right off. That's what the wax does. The other cars are doing adhesion with the water, and therefore the water sticks to the car. You could also say something about cohesion with the wax. Well, the water can't connect to the car, so it uses cohesion to connect to itself. And so those are the questions. Obviously, maybe a little bit more in the answers, but that's a general idea for each one. If you have any questions, let me know. If you do not take the quiz, then you're supposed to. 1 and 2, we'll figure out what we're going to do. But that's the quiz answers. Hopefully that went well. Hope it went well for everybody. Thanks.